system is broken.
Let's bring in the Wednesday Gaggle, Executive Director for the Latino Partnerships for Conservative Principles and a former Chief of the U.S. Office of Citizenship for President George W. Bush, Alfonso Aguilar. From USA Today, Jackie Kucinich, and Democratic pollster Margie Omero. Alfonso, I want to start with you and this compromise proposal that you heard some House Republicans push yesterday, and I just want to get your initial reaction to it. This idea that the undocumented, 11 million undocumented, that some of them would never get a path to citizenship, but would have a path to legal residency.
Well, let me first say that this is incredible progress that Republicans are willing to accept a path to legal status for undocumented immigrants. And I would hope that the White House and Democrats don't play politics with the issue and make this the sticking point. They would have to explain to Latino voters that they didn't allow or they didn't support a bill that would provide or bring undocumented people out of the shadows just because they wanted a path to citizenship. I would like to see an eventual path to citizenship, but if the only thing we can get is a path to legal status, that is great. But let me add this. There has been great progress in the House and Senate, bipartisan progress. Democrats and Republicans are talking to each other. The only person absent of these discussions, and perhaps this is why we've had progress, is the President of the United States. He's only
but let me stop you there, Alfonso. You know, you hear criticism, and I want to get this. When he's involved, Republicans will say, "Hey, don't get involved," and then when he lays back, you're criticizing him for laying back.
No. We are in every single issue. I've heard Leader McConnell and Speaker Boehner say we haven't heard from the president. The president, since the election, hasn't called one Republican. You would have think that he thought that he would have called Marco Rubio to discuss immigration. The White House hasn't called one Republican. How can you get things done? How can you govern if you're not willing to reach out across the aisle?
Margie, is there any way the White House could sign a bill that didn't provide a path to citizenship for all potential 11 million undocumented? Would they pay a price with part of the Hispanic coalition that got him reelected?
Well, it's not just Hispanics who support a path to citizenship. A majority of Americans, Gallup showed almost 3/4 of Americans support a path to citizenship. So you can't get numbers like that without support from voters across, from Republicans, from non-Latinos. 2/3 in the exit polls. Polls consistently show majority support a path to citizenship. So Republicans really need to get in line with where the American people are on this issue.
Jackie, I want to move to budget here a little bit and what the president was throwing out there. Hey, did he make the case for sequester in a way that's going to make Congress respond, or does sequester still look inevitable to you?
I think it depends on what part of Congress you're talking about. There are some that, might favor going over. It's not going over the cliff. I just gotten so used to saying that at this point. But I mean, there's some that might not want to do anything on this. There's others that are floating certain proposals. But we'll see what kind of cuts are offered. And Republicans are going to want something for this, of course. And if the White House can't accept that, we might see ourselves at another standstill. And I have my crystal ball here. I kind of think we might be there again.
It's funny, you're looking at political opinion, Alfonso, there are a lot of conservatives who say, you know what, take a cut, take a spending cut. This is a built-in spending cut. You don't have to, if you don't do anything, a cut goes in. That's appealing to a lot of conservatives, is it not?
Well, sadly, it's starting to sound appealing because we go back to the president not talking to Republicans. Since New Year's, he hasn't talked to Republican leadership on meaningful cuts. Yesterday, he gave a speech and he talks again about increasing revenue. Where are the meaningful cuts? And I think the impression the American people are getting is that this president is really not serious about cutting spending and about cutting the debt. So to many Republicans, it's sounding to be attractive, sadly, that we may have to go that route.
Margie, I've seen a lot of public opinion that says, you hear from Secretary Panetta, you hear nobody wants these sequester cuts to go through, particularly on defense. The defense cuts are perhaps the most popular part of the cuts.
Well, defense cuts may be popular, but ultimately American people, they want Congress and the White House to work together and come up with and take action and not just let these automatic cuts go into place or continue to have these showdowns of a series, a mountain range of fiscal cliffs. People don't want to see that, and so they're going to want to see everyone on the Hill cooperate, work together, and they associate that with Democrats. They associate collaboration with Democrats.
Let's sneak a break in and get the trivia out of the way. We asked who is the longest-serving chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, and I know Jackie was really fired up about this question. New York Democrat Emanuel Seller. I didn't know this one. He held the chairman's gavel for a total of 22 years, a vocal advocate for civil rights. Seller was also instrumental in eliminating the quota system in immigration law. You see why we asked the question now. If you've got a political trivia question for us, email us at dailyrundown@msnbc.com. We'll be right back.
Stations come over to Mission A for our final go. This is for real this time. Step 7.212. Verify and lock.
Command is locked.
5 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Standing by for capture.
The most innovative software on the planet
Dragon is captured.
is connecting today's leading companies to places beyond it. Siemens answers.
Someone's feeling better.
Pediacare, counted on by moms and pediatricians to help kids feel better. Try new replenishing Pediacare cold and flu hydration with antioxidants.
In the time it takes to spray Coldies.
It's already working to shorten my cold.
New Coldies Oral Spray works fast to shorten your cold. Just 2 quick sprays, and Coldies zinc ions released in your mouth inhibit the cold virus from replicating, shortening your cold, making Coldies the #1 pharmacist recommended cold remedy.
I'm Ted Karkas, CEO, and I guarantee Coldies will shorten your cold or your money back. No questions asked.
House rule number 53. Big time taste should fit in a little time cup. New single-serve cafe collections from Maxwell House. Now available for use in the Keurig K-Cup brewer. Always good to the last drop.
Want to lower your mortgage rate? Then stop what you're doing and call Quicken Loans right now. Mortgage rates are among the lowest they've been in generations. Want a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage? Just 3.375%. APR 3.62%. That's right, just 3.375%. APR 3.62% for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. Want to close quickly? We close the majority of our loans in 30 days or less in all 50 states. And right now, you can get a 30-year fixed-rate loan for just 3.375%. APR 3.62%. So call Quicken Loans now. Want to work with the pros? You'll get the expert service of our entire Quicken Loans team. And J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for 3 years in a row. And we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. There's no reason to wait. Call Quicken Loans right now or visit QuickenLoans.com and find out why we're engineered to amaze.
Coming out here to Mount Rushmore, it reminds you that there are big issues at stake. Issues of equality, issues of the pursuit of happiness, issues of freedom, and this country standing for something. These guys were all looking forward to what they wanted to build in this country, every one of them. And this place reminds you of that. That it's not just about petty arguments over tax and environmental regulations, but it's about what kind of country you want to live in.
Bring back the gaggle, Alfonso Aguilar, Jackie Kucinich, Margie Omero. Jackie, that deafening silence you heard yesterday was the silence of Congress apparently not caring that the second branch of government had no oversight over the executive branch's definition of how and when to go after an American al-Qaeda operative. Are you surprised at the silence in Congress outside of a Ron Wyden?
Yeah, it was surprising that there wasn't a lot about this yesterday. I mean, I think we'll hear more tomorrow as John Brennan goes through his confirmation hearing. But yeah, it is surprising. This is unprecedented that you didn't hear more, particularly from some of the liberals in the House and in the Senate, aside from Ron Wyden.
Margie, is this a case where there's that, in A Few Good Men, there's the great monologue from Jack Nicholson where he starts yelling at Tom Cruise, you know, you want me on that wall in places you don't want to talk about. Is this where the American public is? They just don't want to. They don't want to hear about it. They know this stuff goes on, but they don't want it brought up to them, and and that's why they're okay with this.
Well, I think it's an important conversation to have, but the last poll I saw, now, it was from a year ago, but a Washington Post poll showed 83% of Americans support the use of drones, 77% among liberal Democrats. Obama's been strong on foreign policy for a while, so I'm not surprised that this is where the public is.
Alfonso, do you think more Republicans are going to speak up about this or no?
I think so. I mean, I think the double standard is incredible. Remember the brouhaha over the Bush administration's enhanced interrogation techniques? The Holder went attacked the Bush administration over, over torture. You know, this is, and nobody's saying anything now. It's ridiculous.
They're playing our song. Shameless plugs. Alfonso, you get to go first.
Today is the 102nd anniversary of Ronald Reagan's birthday.
All right.
So we send our very best to Mrs. Reagan, and we remember, people, that Ronald Reagan understood Hispanics and he supported pro-immigration policies. It's time for Republicans to go back to Reagan.
All right, Jackie.
USA Today had a great story yesterday. It is on congressional gun ownership. Read it. It's great. Did a lot of work on it.
And an important story on the NCAA's messing up of Miami as well in USA Today. Margie.
NARAL Pro-Choice America had a great event last night. Great new president in Elise Hogue. Abortion's not the only women's issue that's going to be important this cycle. Family medical leave, stronger gun laws, and Violence Against Women Act.
Thank you all. That's it.